Y'all, I've been without my phone for 48 hours. Like, I've been jonesing and shaking, and I just could not get the review out. So yeah, I can finally focus since I have my phone now, and I can do the Potomac review. So yes, I apologize, but y'all deal. Anywho, we left off from last week. The ladies are at this dinner where they're trying to get Candace to apologize to Ashley. And Candace just isn't here for her. She's just like, F you all. And it looks like they edited out Wendy's perspective in the last episode, and now we get it in this one. So yeah, Wendy wants to know, like, how did we get here? Like, can y'all give me a primer? Because it looks like she's the only one that's like defending her friend Candace. It really does look like they pulling a Denise right now with Candace. Like, everyone's coming her way. I kinda feel bad for her, a little bit. And Candace says she just doesn't want to engage with Ashley in front of everybody. She doesn't want to talk about it. She wants to apologize. Well, she wants to hash out their differences between them. But I honestly don't get why. I mean, this is why we film Housewives, is because they can hash it out in front of us and we see the drama. But whatever. So Robin pipes up in this conversation. She's like, did you forget what you told Ashley as she was pregnant? And Candace is just like, Robin, shut the hell up. Well, I can't curse in the beginning of this video, but she said shut the F up to Robin. And I'm surprised Robin didn't like really go back and forth with her. Like, this didn't come out with a fight. So it just went on to something else. So meanwhile, we see the tension between Monique and Candace growing, because with Monique, I don't think it's about Candace apologizing to Ashley. I'm thinking Monique is just still mad that she became friends with her enemy. Lord, here go Gizelle, like in this messy ass confessional talking about the trainer. So in the midst of, I'm guessing, them trying to get an apology out of Candace, Gizelle just brings up, so you cool with Charisse now? I'm like, where did this come from? Like, why is Gizelle trying to stir the pot? And how come Monique isn't smart enough to see what she's doing? Because Gizelle is just pretty good at, putting other people's bones in the table except hers. So Candace says her and Charisse are good friends, and Monique's like, since when? And Monique feels some kind of way because Candace didn't give her a heads up that her new friend Charisse was coming to the party. Now, I'm guessing Candace was blindsided by this information because she didn't know that Monique was bothered by it. But yeah, she's annoyed, but she says, sorry, I didn't realize that, it was a beef between y'all, because I thought this was like 2 years ago that this happened. But I'm guessing the whole behind the scenes drama that's been happening on Instagram has something to do with, why she's mad at Charisse. So Miss Grand Dame Karen, she's more concerned about her Chilean sea bass at this point. She doesn't want to get into the drama. So Candace agrees to talk to Ashley one-on-one at a different time, and the ladies just give like a fake toast or whatever, and that's the end of the dinner. Now, 3 minutes after the camera stopped rolling, we still get some audio between Monique and Candace. Now, Candace is telling Monique on this audio that, she was really mad at her, don't touch me, you're not my friend, because she felt blindsided that Monique brought up this issue with her in front of everybody. Basically, she calling Monique Two-Face. Next scene, we have Ashley and Michael. They're in this baby store getting outfits for that child that looks exactly like Michael. Oh, and Ashley's having a sipping seat, and she invited all the ladies, and Michael is not pleased that Candace is coming. Also, Mr. Bussy Grabber seems like he's in a really bad mood with Ashley as of late, and she's contributing it to intimacy issues between them. So next scene, we're at Gizelle's $900,000 farmhouse that she renovated, and Robin's meeting up with her. And it's really shocking that Gizelle hasn't said a word to anybody about Juan proposing to Robin. I'm really surprised because Gizelle can't keep any secret. So they're talking about Gizelle getting back with her ex-husband, and honestly, I just think it's for a plot line to check. Honestly, can we get some dirt on Gizelle because it's about time that Gizelle gets a taste of her own medicine. So next scene, we're finally introduced to the new housewife, Wendy. Beautiful house, beautiful family. They're Nigerian. She has 3 kids. 2 boys around the same age. Just watching this just makes me like, oh my God, thank God I don't have kids. Like every time, I mean, cute kids, but woo, they look bad. Also, funny moment, she was calling her husband Chocolate, and she was just like, oh wait, can't call him Mr. Chocolate. 2 points for the shade. Mr. Chocolate, if y'all didn't know, is Phaedra's name for Gizelle's ex-husband, allegedly. And you know what? I like Wendy so far. She has some really good potential. It looks like she's doing like a little slow entrance. She's not like a knockout like Leah was, or Dorinda, or Garcelle. But it looks like Wendy's gonna like take some warming up to get into the mess. So next scene, we're with Candace and her husband Chris. They're shopping for baby clothes for her stepdaughter. Chris has 3 kids. I didn't know he had a young stepdaughter. That's strange. Anywho, I can't talk because my mom married my dad when he had 5 kids. I don't think she knew though, but anywho, enough of my business. So she says, oh, well, while we're here, let's just get a gift for Ashley too. And Chris says to her, oh yeah, that's very nice of you, to bury the hatchet. And it really seems like before the fight, Candace's plot line was going to be, should I have a baby or should I not? And then the fight happened, and now it's just like her whole storyline is the fight, or the events leading up to the fight. Ooh, child, Monique and this bird. She is really going to just shove this down our throats that she has a pet parrot. Okay, we get it. So Karen comes over and she still has a problem with that bird. I'm starting to have a problem with the bird too. So we see a back and forth between Candace and Monique's perspectives, because they're telling Karen, and Candace is telling her husband about the events that happened at the dinner table. So basically Monique feels betrayed by Candace, and then Candace thinks Monique is fake and not a friend. So the next scene, we have Gizelle and her 3 daughters. They're headed to celebrate her birthday that's hosted by Mr. Chocolate. I mean, her ex-husband. I think his name is Jamal. Yeah, it's Jamal. It is so funny how her daughters are just so like uninterested in the idea of their parents getting back together. Now at that age, I would have thought like, oh my God, my parents are getting back together. I'm so excited. But I'm guessing, knowing what they knowing, I'm just like, okay, Mom, what you doing? That's a good point, because if I knew how shitty my dad was to my mom at the time, I'd be like, Mom, why are you going back to him? Again, enough of my business. Jamal looks a lot like R. Kelly. Do y'all agree? And just the way he talks is just so weird. Like, I got the 3 of you a partnership for a restaurant. Oh, Gizelle, you want to remarry me? Oh, he talks like this, and it just sounds really weird. Anywho, this is the most awkward family gathering I've ever seen. Like, this looks extremely scripted and fake, and the children don't know what to do. Next scene, we have the day of Ashley's sip and see. Gosh, that baby looks exactly like Michael. It looks like Michael gave birth to that baby instead of Ashley. And it's no shade to Ashley, it's just like the baby looks nothing like her. Oh, so the ladies are arriving. There's still friction between Candace and Monique. Ashley and Candace are really getting along. It's as if Candace never called her a roach or threw a butter knife at her. There's also some weird, unexplained friction between Karen and Wendy. I'm guessing I'll have to wait another few episodes in order to get that type of drama between the 2 of them. Because if you notice, Karen is just kind of staying out the drama this season. Like, who's going to come after her? Like, I need Karen to be fighting with somebody this season. Lord, and now enter Charisse. Now, Monique isn't mad at Ashley because Ashley gave her a heads up. Now, do y'all think this is a double standard? Y'all let me know in the comments. So the ladies are all seated, and Ashley brings up to Candace, like, that the ladies were all discussing behind her back, her behavior at the dinner and why she was so defensive. And it feels like she doesn't hold herself accountable for anything that she's done. And Candace just like, no, I just felt really ambushed. And if I told y'all that I wanted to have like a one-on-one with Ashley and not in front of everyone else, then it should have stopped right there. So Monique chimes in the conversation, and honestly, she's being patronizing as fuck to Candace. She's just like, oh yeah, you love to have things on your own terms. And can I just say, Candace shaded the fuck out of Ashley. Like, I was just like, oh my God. And it was such smooth shade too. So we get to her confessional and she's like, I don't want to talk about this. Can we talk about Dylan? Like, how much does he weigh? You know, what's his middle name? When he's gonna start to look like Ashley? I was like, oh, did she just, I mean, we all thinking it. So, anywho, so it looks like Monique is coming for Candace more so because of the Charisse drama instead of her actually apologizing to Ashley. And Wendy kind of has Candace's back. Like, I think she's the only one actually who has Candace's back. And Candace tells Monique, well, I think you just arguing with me because you best friends with Gizelle now. You need somebody to fight with. Everyone starts erupting in laughter. And Candace just gets up and starts to head for the door. So as Candace storms out the door, Ashley goes out behind her to see, you know, what's going on. Which is really nice of Ashley. Like, really, I think this Ashley and Candace drama is over. Now, all the women are just wondering why did Candace just storm off, and then Gizelle just screams, because she's a child. She's a 14-year-old wait, what is she? She called her a 14-year-old, 30-year-old, or something along the lines of that. And yeah, Candace is childish. And we have to thank her mom for that. I mean, now Ashley and Candace are outside talking. Meanwhile, Gizelle's being messy as fuck. With Charisse right next to her, she's just like, well, yeah, your name been coming up a lot lately. And are we going to address the elephant in the room? And Monique is like, let it go, Gizelle, let it go. And honestly, I'm still trying to wait for Monique to have the same energy with Gizelle as she has with Candace. Because it seems like she's not mad at her at all. And it's obvious that Gizelle is trying to start drama. Now, it seems that now that the ladies are talking about Monique and Charisse, Monique is ready to go. She's, oh, like, I got a podcast to do. I will see y'all later. She walks out the door, and I'm just got to say, now, Monique, you just ragged on Candace for leaving about something that she don't want to talk about. And now we're talking about you, and now you leaving. So I got to be fair. I love Monique, but it's a little hypocritical on her part. So we see Candace and Ashley talking, and Candace is crying now, and Ashley's consoling her. So yeah, they're definitely in a good place now. So the beef this season is now Candace versus Monique. So now that Monique left, like, Gizelle's asking Charisse, like, what's going on between y'all? Like, do you know why she's mad at you? And then she asks Karen, like, Karen, why is she mad? Karen wants no part of it. No part of it. She's just like, oh, well, she had to do her podcast. Everyone's like, Karen. And I'm serious. Karen doesn't want to be in the drama, and it's weird for once. Like, usually I'm expecting a read from Karen or shading somebody, and now she don't want to be involved. And okay, I mean, I'll let it slide for the third episode, but I'm going to need more from the Grand Dame. Also, that Fendi she wearing looks a little interesting. Just a little interesting. And now we cut to Gizelle's confessional where she's gleefully talking about Monique's alleged affair. Like, it's just so rude, so nasty, so rude. Now, Charisse is saying, I don't know why Monique isn't talking to me anymore. I don't know what I've done. And then we have Karen, who's more concerned with minding her business and what's on the menu for Ashley's sip and see. And that's where the episode ends. Decent episode. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying this season. What everyone is talking about is basically what's happening on Instagram and the tea that spilled about how they're plotting against Monique. What I don't get, and maybe someone can help me out in the comments, I'm just wondering, like, this happened before the season started. So if she knows Gizelle and Charisse and Candace were plotting, like, why did she meet up with Gizelle? Why are they being fake friends? Like, why is she pretending it never happened? I don't know. It looks like she's only mad at Charisse. I don't know. It's just really strange to me. So next week looks really interesting. We have Karen doing her best formation impression, and I can't wait to see that. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see y'all for the next video. Bye.